Hello, and welcome to History Drop. Today we will be talking about the top 10 facts about Ada Lovelace, a pioneer in computing. Beginning at number 10, in the decades following her death, Lovelace's work on the analytical engine and her contributions to computer science was rediscovered, and she is now recognized as an important figure in the history of technology. Her most famous work is her publication of an article titled Notes on the Analytical Engine, which contained her own additions and notes to an article by Italian mathematician Luigi Minabrea. In this article, Lovelace described how the analytical engine could be used to perform various tasks, including the calculation of Bernoulli numbers, and she also proposed the idea of using the machine to create music. Lovelace's work on the analytical engine is considered to be ahead of its time, as it contained many concepts that would not be developed for decades or even centuries later. At number 9, Ada Lovelace died at the young age of 36, due to complications from uterine cancer. Lovelace had a tumultuous personal life, and she struggled with poor health for much of her adult life. Despite her contributions to the field of computer science and her recognition as an important figure in the history of technology, Lovelace received little recognition for her work during her lifetime. She is now remembered as a pioneering figure in the field of computer science and as a pioneer of the modern computer age. It is rumored, but not clear, whether Ada Lovelace was bled to death. Bleeding, or bloodletting, was a common medical treatment during the 19th century, and it was believed to be a way to balance the body's humors and promote healing. However, bleeding was also a risky and potentially dangerous procedure, and it is possible that Lovelace may have suffered negative effects if she was indeed bled. At number 8, Ada Lovelace received little recognition for her work during her lifetime, despite her contributions to the field of computer science and her recognition as an important figure in the history of technology. There are several reasons why Lovelace may not have received recognition for her work. One reason is that she was a woman working in a field that was largely dominated by men, and women in science and technology were often overlooked or marginalized. Additionally, Lovelace's work on the analytical engine was ahead of its time, and many of the concepts that she proposed were not developed or fully understood until decades or even centuries later. Finally, Lovelace died at a young age, and her work may not have received widespread attention until after her death, when it was rediscovered and recognized for its significance. At number 7, Lovelace's work on the analytical engine is considered to be ahead of its time, as it contained many concepts that would not be developed for decades or even centuries later. Some of the concepts that Lovelace is credited with creating or proposing include the idea of using a machine to perform complex calculations, the concept of machine-readable instructions, also known as algorithms, the use of a machine to perform tasks that involve logic or decision-making, the concept of using a machine to create music, which is now a common application of computers. At number 6, Ada Lovelace was not limited to computing and had many interests. Ada Lovelace was not only a mathematician and writer, but she was also a skilled translator. She translated a number of works from French to English, including an article on the analytical engine by French engineer Charles Xavier Thomas de Colmar. Lovelace was also interested in the arts, and she enjoyed composing music and drawing. She was a talented musician and played the piano and harp. Lovelace was an avid reader, and she had a particular interest in the sciences, mathematics, and technology. She was well educated and had a wide range of interests, and she was known for her intelligence and curiosity. Lovelace was a close friend of inventor and scientist Michael Faraday, and she corresponded with him regularly on a variety of scientific and philosophical topics. Faraday was a major influence on Lovelace's interest in science and technology, and she respected and admired his work. At number 5, Ada Lovelace was not royalty, but was an aristocrat. Ada Lovelace was not royalty, but she was the only legitimate child of the poet Lord Byron and his wife, Annabella Milbanke. Lord Byron was a well-known and controversial figure in the 19th century, and he was a member of the British nobility. As a result, Lovelace was born into a privileged and influential family, and she was well educated and had access to many resources. However, Lovelace was not a member of the royal family, and she did not hold a royal title. Despite her aristocratic background, Lovelace is remembered for her contributions to the field of computer science and her recognition as an important figure in the history of technology, rather than for her noble lineage. At number 4, Ada Lovelace is widely considered the first computer programmer. Ada Lovelace's first work in the field of computer science was her notes on the analytical engine, which she published in 1843. She is responsible for the modern-day concepts of computing such as the concept of a general-purpose computer, the concept of machine-readable instructions, the concept of a stored program, the concept of machine-generated output. At number 3, at the age of 12, Lovelace conceptualized a flying machine. After studying the anatomy of birds and the suitability of various materials, the young girl illustrated plans to construct a winged flying apparatus before moving on to think about powered flight. "I have got a scheme," she wrote to her mother, "to make a thing in the form of a horse with a steam engine in the inside so contrived as to move an immense pair of wings, fixed on the outside of the horse, in such a manner as to carry it up into the air while a person sits on its back." At number 2, Ada Lovelace was an addictive gambler. Beginning in the 1840s, Lovelace began a gambling habit that contributed to her dwindling finances and forced her to secretly pawn the Lovelace family's diamonds. According to Lady Byron and her daughters, Lovelace once lost £3,200 betting on the wrong horse at the Epsom Derby. Ada, encouraged by con men, would turn her prodigious talents toward gambling and programming the outcomes of horse races, wrote Marcus, who added that a mysterious book that passed between Lovelace and Babbage once a week probably contained a program designed to predict horse race results. At number 1, Ada Lovelace. A computer programming language is named in Lovelace's honor. During the 1970s, the U.S. Department of Defense developed a high-order computer programming language to supersede the hundreds of different ones then in use by the military. When U.S. Navy Commander Jack Cooper suggested naming the new language Ada in honor of Lovelace in 1979, the proposal was unanimously approved. Ada is still used around the world today in the operation of real-time systems in the aviation, healthcare, transportation, financial, infrastructure and space industries. Thank you for watching History Drop. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.